Hi Jay,
Hi, Samarth.
can you please explain us the different levels of violence?
Yes, Samarth. There are five levels of violence. It's a growing up process in terms of agitation and booming result and destructive result. But first, I would like to remind you what are the very roots of the violence. Violence is due to a lack of solution, a lack of capacities, a lack of resources, a lack of responsibilities to fix a problem and to know what to do. So violence is due to a passive process which is going to blow up. The very first step of violence is denial, which means that you deny the problems. You don't want to see the reality. You don't want to take the responsibility. You just say, "I don't know what you're talking about." You can lie. You can imagine there's nothing. You can be crazy. This is this kind of things. This is deny. You don't see the problems, and you are just not able to fix it. So you put it away. This is kind of fly, let's say. The step ahead is you minimize the problems. It means you say, "Oh, this is nothing. This is not significant. This is not a big deal. This is not important." So you acknowledge there is something, but you don't give much importance to it. So you can say, "Oh, let's think about it. Let's think about another thing, or let's wait and da, da, da." So you don't fix the problems. You don't face the thing. You just put it in a corner, and you just expect that it's going to resolve on itself. So this is a behavior where there is illusion in terms of reality and in terms of a responsibility. The step ahead, because the problem is not fixed. So first you say there's no problem. After that, say, "Oh yes, there is a problem. It's not important." After that, when things move on, you start saying, "Okay, let's try that, let's try that, let's try that." But the next step is what we call bad solution. For example, you've got a couple problem, and you're going to say, "Okay, let's take holidays," you know. Or you are stressed, and you're going to say, "Okay, let's drink a beer." This is not the right solution. You must understand the problem, you must understand where it comes from, and often it is to avoid emotions and to avoid the stress problem coming from the past, coming from childhood, for example, things that you don't want to hear about. After that, when the bad solution doesn't work, the next step is what we call agitation. It means that you're going to start seeing, to start hearing about tension. There are bad words, there are bad behavior, there are tension around the problems, and people start to agitate and to create tension around the problems. And the next step is acting out to get rid of the problem. So this is the destructiveness, and this is the violence, which is common as an explosion. So this is what we call acting out. It means that you hurt, you go into brutality, and this is what people see as violence. But you must understand that the key root of violence is the inability or the passiveness in front of reality and responsibility. Often with the fact that you don't want to see all the emotions that were frozen in the past, in the childhood, for example. That's it.
Thank you, Jay.
You're welcome.